Hi there. Think the volume is on now. Welcome, Knight. I'm happy to be back to Octopath. Also happy to be back to like normalcy, because the week before this one was very much a rush to get everything ready for the stream anniversary. Now I don't have to worry about that anymore. I mean, until 1 year for now in the next anniversary. Anyway, last time I played this 2 weeks ago, I was beaten pretty badly by the Emerald Wolf fight. That's just up ahead. So in my time off stream during this week, I actually went out and did a bunch of stuff to make my party stronger. Didn't complete any side quests or anything, but I basically went back to a bunch of villages from the early game, and then I could like do if NPCs that were too strong before, stuff like that. First difference you might notice is that the hunter is back in the main character. I recall the wolf is weak against bows, and when you have a boss that's weak to bows and is like alone, there is no minions, it's great to use this skill called Rain of Arrows. It cheats up to 8 times, it has a very high chance to miss, but it's still usually pretty useful. Also from grinding a bit, now I'm starting to get ults on some of my other party members. Search now has a note, for example. Which actually looks like it's going to be very good to use on Yuki, because her ult will choose a party member, let that party member deal shield damage regardless of like if the weapon is compatible or not. So give this to Yuki, and then now Rain of Arrows works on anybody. So I think that's gonna be very, very strong, even though I won't need it for the next boss. The Leisha has a note, which is a debuff for the enemies and the buff for your party in like physical attack and defense. Macy has one as well, which randomly buffs your entire party. So it doesn't say how many turns that lasts, which is weird. I haven't tried it yet. Also, I gained a few levels and got some new equipment for everybody. I did consider bringing Stia back to the party, placing here where Primrose is. But then I thought that with Stia, I'll have like 4 X users in the party, which felt like too much. I'll probably put Laurana in the party as soon as I get her anyway, which should be soon. Now we've seen this already. And we've been through this scripted fight. Wonder if we can actually lose this. If I lose, I guess it's gonna be. I realize it's gonna be a bit annoying to go through this every time I want to not empty boss. I'm saying, don't remember this sequence being this long. Right, time for the proper boss. Usually I start by using Mole Dance to buff Viator's defense, but Sersha now has an AoE defense buff. Oh, I forgot to use a food buff. I forgot to use food. I had one that raised your defense to fire, which would be good since I think he's got a fire attack. But if I were to reload now, I'd have to go through all that again. So let's try without it. I did say that the first boss, speaking of which, gave kind of a wrong first impression bosses, because it's a proper monster design. Then I find that most other bosses are just like a guy with a sword, like captain, a commander, stuff like that. There aren't many monsters as bosses. But Yuki can steal now. Between stealing and debuffing enemy attack and defense in one move, he now can do basically everything I use Therion for. Viator also has a couple new skills, so Recuperate's kind of like Rest, he heals his own health and buffs his own defense. Bodyguard lets him get in front of other party members and take damage on their behalf. Fine, look, I can already break his shield. Nice. And between having like SP regen and a very high SP in general, I think at this point Sersha basically doesn't have to worry about running out of SP, like ever. Oh, he's weak to wind, so Sersha can also help with the shield. I think it's not worth like trying to spend VP on paralysis because it's so inaccurate. It's better just trying to spam the weak version until it eventually works. Also, Yuki now has the last ranger skill, which does this. That moves into the back, and after this turn is over, it's gonna attack again from the back. Like such.
こちらの番です。お願いします。歌に行くわ。任せてちょうだい。頼むわね。
So not to be able to use this a lot in this fight because Yuki needs to be in the front row to spawn the Rain of Pharaohs. But now I also think that if Yuki is on the back row, he's actually going to attack every turn, like from the back. So the wolf's now avoiding everything. At least he's no longer acting 3 times in a row. That was happening before I got into my party. That was very aggravating. Oh, nice. Alex as I multi-hit I spawn. Nice. Broke it from a counter. Mining Bite Mastery. Can I give a bite attack to my party? So I might have overdone it with making my party stronger. At least I probably won't have to grind for a while. Might as well try all those ults before the fight ends. So this is gonna buff everybody at random. Oh, there's a unique animation, nice. Also, it's so like she picks one buff and gives the same buffs to everybody. It's not like one random buff per character. And I think what she just gave me is like gonna boost BP acquisition. No, I'm curious to see the other ults. Again, a counter break. So in a certain other game, I had my healer always like steal the last Seaton bosses. Now my tank keeps stealing the last Seaton shield. Yeah, I did overestimate how much I need to improve for this boss.
目が覚めたか？
ありがとうフェン。ここまで連れてきてくれて。
死なせてたまるかよ。
皆さんのところへ行かなくちゃ。
待てよ、まだ傷も癒えちゃいないってのに。
Now you look at Laurana's fight from behind, she kind of looks like she has blue hair because of the frill on her habit.
ローラナ。
Oh, it's a cape. Oh yeah, I did decorate the village a bit. I was noticing this painting of the continent over here. See how the corner here and here is like not part of the continent? Meaning that you probably won't be able to explore either here or here on the bottom left. That's why there's those clouds over here. So there's even less continent left to uncover than I thought there was. Make your float of diamonds. It's just that it sparkles. It looks a bit awkward because as you can see it just suddenly turns into forest. I wish you could like change the biome of Wishvale so everything becomes snow or whatever you want so it looks more natural. But we have snow with flowers and bushes growing on it. Also, the area around my house looks totally different now. Went for a desert theme down here. It's actually a bit awkward to build down here because see those three bushes, you cannot move or remove them for some reason. So I had to work around that. Also, most of the time I don't have to like go talk with each NPC every time now, because you'll just place the items in this box. Unless I let them accumulate too much. So where do I have to go now?
ローラナ。なぜこの町をヘルミニアに売った？
あなたが情報を与えなければ町は襲われなかった。みんなだって死なずに済んだのに。
If everybody together like this, you can see just how much everybody just tries green and red in this village. Maybe that's the only two colors of fabric they could make with whatever they can get around.
その通りです。罰なら受けます。いかなるものでも。
だが病気のばあさんを助けるためだったんだろう。ローラナならそれしかねえよ。おいおいフェン、こいつの味方をするってのか。
Purple was mostly for royals, which is... Yeah, that's why this color is the class that wears purple in this one. I think it's really a shame you cannot customize your outfit, it's just tied to each class. Not even like change its color.
黙って聞いてりゃ、あんたら見当違いもいいとこだ。
よそから来たお前には関係ないだろ
う。よそ者だからこそ冷静に見れることもあんだよ。うまい話ほど裏があるってのは商人の常識だ。いかにもな怪しい取引に応じたのは軽率と言っていい。だが悪いのは本当にローラナなのか？結果的に町は襲われたが彼女はその計画を知らなかった。
Sure she did, but...
彼女の弱みにつけ込み
But as I said before, if she's like being offered payment to give away where the ring barriers, that's my avatar. Like at the very least, there's gonna be a kidnapping or a mugging to get the ring. What did she think they will do with that information? Not necessarily burn down the whole village, but something bad was gonna happen.
分かってるよそのくらい。
それでもあんたらがローラナを責めるのは怒りの矛先に困ってるからだろう。本当の敵は兄弟だったがもうこの世にいねえ。そいつが葬ってくれた。あんたらに代わってな。
So I think my mod might be larger than it's supposed to be. I don't think it's supposed to be clipping this
怒
much
り
to
を
the
仲間
shot.
に向けることはないんじゃないか。
Though this thing looks a bit too small. Can fine tune it a bit. Think this is better.
寝る部分ルータス気持ちは痛いほどわかるけどよローラナだって何より大切なばあさんを失った。同じなんだよ俺たちと。
ごめんなさい。ごめんなさい。
ローラナ
もし許されるのなら私はこの町で罪を償いたい。この先もずっとずっと。
もういいよローラナ。僕たちは過去にこだわりすぎてた。今僕たちに必要なのは未来だ。ローラナはそのために力になると言ってくれてる。そんなローラナまで傷つけて追い出してしまったら町を襲った連中と何が違う？
ああ
Oh, he's going for the Batman thing.
前を向こう一緒に。
If you kill them, you're just as bad as them.
Ah. 見回りお疲れ様。こっちも順調だよ。いよいよ今夜は聖火祭だね。ローラナさんに青年石を渡してくれない
They
か
are
な。
forever, so I guess it's been 1 year from the start of the game. I don't think they mentioned if it's an annual tradition.
これより灯火の儀を執り行います。さあ皆さん青年石に火を灯します。共に聖火台に祈りを捧げましょう。ウィッシュベールに聖火の加護があらんことを。私たちも行こっか。
But this actually looks a lot more somber than the start of the game because it does have all the festive stuff around it.
青い炎じゃ。
Another flashback.
ばあさんよ、来年もいい野菜を作ろうな。
バジルかわいい子。
Trying to meet so many pieces we've
大好きな
completely
マーゴさんの野菜よ。
forgot about.
一緒に食べましょう。あの木に花が咲くのをあと何度一緒に見られるかな。ずっと一緒にいようね。
綺麗だ。
I do like this song that's playing
シ
right
ュ
now.
ベールの青だ。
綺麗。
I think there is one OST from Live Alive called with that exact name,
hold on.
Bittersweet Memories.
どうかウィッシュベールに安寧を。そして誓います。ずっと忘れないと。
And my curse was down here.
おお、
this time.
フェンやったな。初めて虹鳩を取ったか。今夜はお祝いだ。フェンが狩人になったぞ。
おめでとう。
ローラな、迷うことはない。思うようにやればいいの。私はいつでもお前の味方だよ。
暖かいね。
おお、スティア。この基礎、お前がやったのか。まったくもって天才だ。俺に似ちまったか。
強さとは積み重ねだ。強くなるといい。自らが望むもののため
Yeah,
に。
so my dad was called Fried. I don't recall my mom's name either.
あら
It's Yusha.
二人とも泥だらけね。朝ごはんができましたよ。
よし、ここまでだ。腹が減ったな。
Yeah, Yoki looks nothing like either of his parents.
ありがとう。これでやっとあの日から止まっていた時間が動き出した。ウィッシュベールの温かな時間が。
And that was the end of the Kindreds of the Flaming quest. Didn't realize it would like end at chapter 5. It also means that this is the end for all of the Wish Veil, like related quests. Unless... Was kind of expecting there to be another way, but this time we do drive them out. And if that is actually the end, that's interesting, because there is still a lot of gaming to go, like from other chapters. Okay, first there is a church, which upgrades like your NPC helpers. Razor flying stones to unlock various features. You can fast travel. Oh, displays number of undefeated elite enemies. That's what I really needed. Because off Steam I was like revisiting a bunch of old dungeons to see beat any elite enemies I left behind. But it's very hard to keep track of that unless you're like noting down in a notepad while you're playing, like which elite enemies you leave behind. You can talk and do spec death actions on animals now. Okay, here's what I was actually excited for. We finally have a cleric. Nice part skill that grants the capacity to allies with an auto revive effect. So here's Laura, and who's she gonna replace actually? I think that Therion maybe can go because Yuki now does everything I was using him for. So to whoever goes behind, Viator is not gonna do a lot because Viator has to be in the front for most of the time. Basically only swapping out when the enemy's shield is broken. It's gonna be either him or Primrose out, no? Let's try it like this. That is probably the next to go anyway when you get another party member. So I'll do this before I forget it again. She has an AoE region just like Sersha does. She does not have a straight up like AoE heal. That's not like an overtime effect. That's what I really wanted for her. So I will try and find the equipable skill for that. Get boxes, something that will give a card until Drought Revive. Pokemon Mystery Dungeons, that's something like that. So, I mean, dungeon games in general, if you keep deriving your inventory, you use them automatically when you die. In MGMA, it works that way as well. In MGMA, it's funny because everything is unidentified in that game. Sometimes you will die and then revive because you had a rare fruit if you didn't know. Oh, she can grant SP regen. these two simulating areas have to go to Laurena now. Yeah, good thing I actually chose to take Primrose off the party, because her equipment has to go to Laurena. And healers really need the elemental defense, because that determines how stronger healing is. And she might have to take Viator's armor. I'll really have to try and find another fur coat like this one. And I think this Flare I got is gonna be a good fit for it, since she has a physical staff attack skill. I think the way elemental attack works is whichever weapon you have with the highest one counts as your elemental attack, like they don't add up on top of each other. So she's gonna be swinging a Flare around. Now I wonder how I get this as her flamestone. I think I need a lot of them. Also, in theory crafting here, but I think what you could do is you save, use our research to find a dungeon where you have left an elite enemy behind. Then you reload, so you don't you get your flamestone back. But now you know where you have to go. I don't know if you only have to do this once, then you get it forever, if you have to like repeatedly use them. I was wondering what to buy this exotic bone. It's really expensive. I think I'll get just one for Yuki, because he really could use the extra accuracy. So the Real Fire will miss less often. Like, it's more about just getting multiple hits. It's Delisha who deals more damage. No, I could get a couple side quests done. I didn't realize that you can track like the ones you didn't find yet in the map here. It's the ones with the ones with the question marks name. Behold is Marvelous X. To light often a dish deserving of their grandeur. If only there was a chef up to the task. Which I guess I'll have to find. It's gonna be a human fetch quest. He makes aesthetically pleasing food, appearance is primary and flavor secondary. Oh yeah, I have to hire them, so I have to spend money on this. And I might have just wasted money. I think I should have inquired with all of them and decide for myself which is the most fitting one. This one I probably won't be at. He's made an omelette. Can only imagine it tastes just as exquisite. It doesn't. It's perfectly unremarkable. As it is, eccentric dishes are not beautiful. My dishes are meant to be eaten with the eyes, this with the soul. Wait to get both a dazzling and delectable dish. Maybe this is a prank and the chef is not actually in this town. I have to go somewhere else. And this one is only about taste and his food is ugly, right? This food might not look great, it is amazing. He's particularly good at making egg dishes, so I think this one will work. Yeah, it looks right to fall apart. I mean, how do you get eggs and make them look like this color? By the way, this is all coming out of my pocket, like I'm having to hire those chefs. Looks the same once it's in your belly after all. That's a good point. So both were wrong. So you didn't really have to like figure out which is the best. Oh, now just take both of them. Is the result gonna be a dish that looks bad and tastes bad? I wonder. Yeah, what do I get? More rice would be funny and technically possible, because we can plant both rice and potatoes now. I think of a trailer for a... I think a JRPG by a small company I saw once. Where it had a cooking mechanic, like similar to Final Fantasy 15 or this game actually, you made food that gave you different buffs. And you had actually had the artwork for every dish you could make. And it was very funny because the food there was like you made food that was just like modern day Japanese dishes that you'd find in a restaurant in Japan. But the game's trying to pass it off as medieval food. Maybe there's a quest where we invent the Omurais, like the Dress is Solid quest. Let's just shovel this snow. Timeless meals. I wonder when the Omurais was invented actually. And I think I already had fire soulstones on me. I must never use those battle items anyhow. And that's another quest tunnel. That's like one that you can sell for money later. Was it that accessory though? Alright, together with accuracy, critical is also really important for the hunter. I don't know what to do about this one. There's one that wants me to get a shrimp. I have no clue where I can find it. It's level 29, so I guess I'm supposed to already be able to complete it. Maybe I have a shrimp on my inventory and just didn't notice that. I have a couple NPCs in Wishvale that, like, will randomly give you fish, so I guess I have to wait until one of them gives me a shrimp. I wonder why I didn't... Oh, I didn't complete this one earlier because of the success rate. I might have to save scum this. Don't know if I'm like one fail away from losing my reputation. Nice. Sunshade, I have a pin on this town because I'll have to come back to it later to fight a super NPC. She's like level 60. I think there's some other NPCs like this. They're like very strong. They have a battle tested weapon, which should be very powerful. Want to dance with me? Not today. Sorry. I get 12,000 for that. Pays for like almost half of the boy you just got. This quest I think it has to do with Viator's Kit, that one I began the game with. There was a... I think a bard somewhere that told me about this tower, and now you can head to it. Only it's a level 60 quest. I'm going for this one next, because even though it's a higher level than the Master of All quest, sometimes those quests not even... they don't even have any combat despite the level recommendation. I'll have to rescue his father, so I guess there's gonna be combat. They're holding his father captive in the fine sand ruins. How far is that dungeon? I've been there before. But I should recover some SP first. Oh, which fails icon has changed from like this single house to now 2 houses. I keep trying to sleep and I keep bumping to search instead because she's right next to my bed. And I forgot to check out what you can do in the church now that Lauranu's in there. She deeply regrets the mistakes she made in the past and is doing everything she can to help restore the town. She still fondly remembers the salted steel she had in Flame's place and the way it trembled both her heart and body. And she has a super expensive elixir, basically. So there's nothing to do in the church itself, it provides more of a passive benefit to you. And I can't have more than one NPC on it for now. Okay, now... never mind you. So another issue with building the town is that you cannot ever move a few buildings like the workshop and the tavern. And at least so far I can't even change the style of the workshop, so it's a mismatch of the this old desert area. I think this was where I fought the lizard man before. I remember noting how nice this dungeon looked. Oh, I did the icons look massive for a second there. There was a chest I missed, but I couldn't open it anyway.
これくらいすぐ終わらせます。
Is Warner's property. And I think this is the first boss film from Octopath 1. It only plays on the every character's first chapter. And well, they're not weak to any of Pharaohs, but Searcher can fix up with Fear Out. And they look very weak from at least from that attack. Maybe there's gonna be phase 2. And unfortunately, Lauren also can't do anything against her shields. To remember to try and steal from them once their shield is broken. Oh, I have a coin pouch that starting that's gonna give you a lot of money. And the other one probably has it as well. And if I fully charge Wanderer's Veil, I can give a King out to revive someone with full health. Which sounds really good. Jobad can steal more than once from the same enemy. If Viator is ever using his turns to attack, that's a sign that The fight is too easy. Bet there's gonna be another fight. So that was it, but you'll probably have to fight their boss in another side quest. Never mind. Actually, there's even a mini desert town in Wishfield, so feel right at home. But I think we messed up in letting Phil get kidnapped again. Where's Saint Herminia, I wonder. Also, there's Sir again. So I think there's an actual tough fight coming up. You'll take a quick detour from this side quest. After I take kidnap. Actually, I wonder what I did to make her appear over here. Welcome back. Why are you welcome to my home? Since to lack vigilance, you'll tell me. How well do you know our home? How many people are living here right now? I have no idea. I don't count the NPCs. We'll have to reload for this. Does that mean like how many people are in the houses or just how many NPCs I have recruited? You didn't care enough to count. You didn't care enough to count since your obsidian is supposed to be used and discarded. I don't know, do you know how many people live in your hometown? Did you ever go out to count them? It's possible it is a bait and it's gonna be wrong with, no matter which option you choose. Oh, she's weak to arrows. That's unfortunate. And despite being a thief, she doesn't seem good at evading. She's bad at evading and she's bad at hitting, because Viator, I think they didn't have an evasion buffer. Not yet, at least.
当てられるものか。
耳をすま助ける救済
感謝します。
ありがとうもう
私には効かない。
万丈この一手出るく想定通り
一気に叩く。
覚
And
悟
I
はいい
can steal from her.
頂きだ。今だ。
我が名はビアトル。
いつの名前で立ちます全力でまた波動射撃よやるべきことはわかるねアキークの怒りを受けよ体に教えてやるやるわよ大いに鍵も
Alright, when depending on the enemy and whether she's buffed or not, if Delisha gets a crit on Radiant Tower, she can do like almost 10,000 damage. And if this game works like the first one, then the damage is capped at like 9,999. You actually need a passive to break this damage cap.
出る杭は打つ始めるわ任せてちょうだいこちらの番ですここは私の舞台
And I think I should have given that TIE spell to search at the unpats on Alexia.
さあ。
ネオニューヨー行きますよここは私の舞台2連打よく観察して分析に回らせてもらうやさてとうまく直すわ
この気を逃さん。
微妙だな。
しっかりするんだ。
後期到来だイカズチよ貫け今が攻め時です助ける特急の歌を聴かせません味わいなさい
Alright, this was the easiest stuff for the encounters I've had with her so far. I wonder how many more there's gonna be. Now you're convinced that there's actually 35 people in Wishvale? Was that persuasive enough for you? Oh, the fight was part of the side quest. Okay. Yuki sure has a knack for being the strongest people here. We're getting raided by these slavers, right? Or we're gonna be like in a moment. Oh, her father. A small island in the middle sea. So I have to use the boat, which is usually very dangerous. So when I was on Wishfield, there was a mission that started telling me to speak to Steer, I think. There's a party shot. Finally made it here thanks to Yuki and Steel. Everyone did their part. But we're all like one big family now. Oh, no, don't start with that. I thought it does people that way, being up fun and all. Damn, it really helps each other out. Isn't that right, Yuki? Actually. In my experience, a group of people calling themselves family when they're not actually family is a sign that the group is like super toxic. Quotes do that, workplaces do that. It's always just one guy, in this case Feng, that says they're family, and everybody else just awkwardly goes along with it. I want to make this town even bigger. Can build more. Factory inquire further. Can place residents outside, whatever that means. Overgrown grass. I guess I can finally remove those bushes. No side story. Oh, I can make a bigger house. Also, those two seems to be like records of the two statues I got from the save bonus in the start of the game. Hey, museum, I thought she was gonna tell us to build a school now. I was holding B to run and accidentally skipped that pop-up. And I wonder what that was. I think this is it. I'm afraid to find out more about your companions. So that's how I get those hidden items. Both residents south side, I wonder what... Right, so that you can speak to all your NPCs without having to place in the town itself. I thought we were going to like unlock a second tier of inquiry for every single NPC.
いただいておくわ。知りたいな。
For now, I wanted to see if I can build a large house, so I can't. So I've been meaning to find out where I can get this quality lumber, because we need it for some decorations as well. Still don't know where to get it. And what about the museum? I also need a bunch of quality materials. That's gonna take some time to figure out. Okay, inquire further on search. I can't because she wants food, which I don't have. Who would have guessed? I don't even have that recipe unlocked yet. I need to go here to record a scholar, I think. I'll try to continue this quest line since I already started it. After I take a short break. And I'll see you in a moment. Hi there. I was gonna move straight into the quest. I forgot I actually have some news to talk about this from this week. Which is this just from yesterday actually. There was a trailer for the next major update for Inazuma 11. Which I think is gonna be the last one, at least like the last major content update. Because it is going to finish Chronicle mode, they think that's been like incomplete since the game came out. It's gonna add the second half of the Orion season, the last one from the anime, plus the proper ending to Chronicle mode that was mostly just teased. Here's one shot of it. I commented about this before. There's this character who looks like he's Sasto, but evil and with a blindfold on, but he's actually like a completely different guy pretending to be him. And I'll be able to recruit this character. But most notable was this. The trailer ends with this shot of what seems to be the final map for Chronicle mode. And it looks like the finale for Chronicle mode is gonna be a bit of a boss rush, so I would like to stream myself doing that later on. So I don't know when that's happening, because not only there's a lot of time left to beat this game, but whenever a new update comes, they put a prohibition actually streaming the new content. So you'll get this update, and then, like, this update comes out next week. And then you have to wait until the prohibition streaming gets lifted. And who knows, might actually be several months before I can actually go back to Victory Road and stream this. This and the post-game story, which is still, like, prohibited as well. Other than that, they announced some balance changes and quality of life stuff. They're nerfing the long shot build again. Like, the last major patch had several nerfs to long shots, and I think there was still the dominant strategy on online, so they're nerfing again. I feel this was like their last chance to announce a difficulty option, a difficulty adjustment, and they didn't, so that's too bad. Despite how ominous this final map looks, I'm not expecting it to be actually difficult. But who knows, maybe I might be surprised. I mean, it's the game's last chance to surprise me. Now back to Octopath, the menu says this level is actually higher level than the current main quest. But it said that as well about the quest where I just fought 2 slavers and they were really weak. His arms are strong as one for a small kingdom, and he drains the blood from anyone who opposes him. He's a vampire. They just said he drains the blood of anyone who pisses him off, so who knows. And it would actually make sense for a vampire to become a slaver. As I think the UI is glitched here, it's telling me to go back to the village. Well, I think that's because it's tracking another quest. No, it isn't. Oh, it's because I have to go out to sea and then swing to... I mean, drive the boat to the side out. There's an elite enemy to this side that I tried to take on off stream. He does like 100,000 health. It didn't go too well. How do I stop? Oh, here. What's with that woman? Actually, how did she get here before we did? Does she have a ship? Did she swim?
ここだな。こっちの番だ。我が名はビアトル。
Alright, these mini bosses are more dangerous than the previous boss.
すいません、始めるわよ。頼みます。
よく観察して。手応えあり。
こっちの番だ。
It looks like by using a spell that hits twice, Alex actually triggers her analysis twice as well. That's good to know. So I think it's better to throw out a spell than to actually use a pattern using the analysis.
当てられるものか。当たらないぞ。
ほう、リズムを感じて。きますよ。おとなしくしていてください。
じゃあさあ、行くぞ。
Wonder if I raised the mace's accuracy, will that make the paralysis hit more often?
どこからでも来なさい。
万丈この一手。そら。雷鳴よ、手応えあり。
行くわよ。任せて。
I think Macy herself should get the revive first since she seems to be the most fragile here.
直すわ。
万丈この一手。知恵こそが全てに勝る。雷鳴よ、轟き手応えあり。
こちらの番です。歌に学ぶ。
さあ、行くぞ。我が名はビアトル。
行くわよ。もらった。耳を澄ませ。お任せください。お願いします。身を委ね聞かせてあげる。
当たらないぞ。
やるべきことはわかるね。
アキークの怒りを受けよ。体に教えてやる。
当たらない。共に頑張ろう。こっちの番だ。
No, I was gonna say I forgot to steal from that minion before I killed him. You can't steal from them anyhow.
逃さないわ。過剰射撃よ。
微妙だな。
攻め時だ。
立ちます。
これがアキークの狩りだ。
私は頭脳労働の人なのだけどね。
これほどの相手がいようと。
He's got light guardians.
ここは私の物体だ。行くわよ。万物をなぐ。
And I'm realizing that Laurana does not have light spells. I was actually really banking on him having them. Because Yuki can't use light spells anymore.
いい夢を。
よく観察して。クライアント手応えあり。
こっちの番だ。
耳を澄ませて。息つい。行くわよ。
よく観察して。いや、アリの穴から手応えあり。
この気を逃さん。力をゲット。終わりです。いい勝負でした。
Did I say I thought Wagner was a vampire? Never mind, I think he's a Martian. A business that gives only people like me family. We're not done talking yet. I think there's a new song. And they're mean to get along well. I think they try to like steal each other's business.
万丈この一手そういうことか手応えありそれ役に立つなんだよ
I don't remember what Tower stops your BP from charging. So unfortunately, Yuki gets kind of stumped if the enemy is not weak to boss. Oh, light magic. I wish my cleric had it.
Magic steel だがすぐやされるわ始めるわよ任せて任せてもらったよく観察してライム手応えあり切ります効果の番ですだね
So this seems to happen occasionally. Sometimes Alexia will use analysis on 2 enemies at once. Not sure how you make that happen. And it's going to ult there. Not gonna be able to stop it in time.
So it's a Namakura?
よく一肌して今伝える行くわよ頼みます頼まなきゃモロ行くわよ
Aside from the stars effect, that wasn't that bad. Oh, never mind, it was. So if both Darrow and Hammer are stacked, I think Tower stops you from using BP altogether if you have some accumulators. Also, the cleric also doesn't have any dispelling skill. I actually don't have that in any party member yet.
私に力を直すわ。すみません。この時
雷鳴よ、手応えあり。
薬の準備はできて
And
います。
he's not taking shield damage from the AoE Thunder spell. I wonder if I have to kill the... Oh, I probably have to kill the minion first.
すぐ直します。
我が名はビアトル。
切ります。単純な攻撃だな。
共に頑張ろう。
行きますよ。すぐ直します。始めるわよ。傷を癒したまえ。
それ役に立つ。万丈この一手。ライムアリの穴から手応えあり。
一気に全力でいく。
今のうちよ。
So Viator had his turn of thought, so he's ignoring paralysis, but it procs like after you choose your option, you what you want to do.
任せてちょうだい。
The game lets you have hope that he's not paralyzed.
味わいなさい。波動射撃よ。今が攻め時です。すぐ直します。
全力だ。そら、知恵こそが全てに勝る。雷を貫け。手応えあり。
Oh, now that he's broken, I can actually damage
逃さん。
Wagner's shield.
全力でいく。
これくらい。
Viator is still can't do
始めるわ
anything.
よ。任せてちょうだい。置いたはダメよ。
さあ行くぞ。しっかりするんだ。
行きますよ。お願いします。お助けに。歌いや
万丈この一手。出る杭は打つ。
真っ暗だ。
対策はどう
I tried to go for a sleep there, but it did not work.
感じて息つい。すぐ直します。行くわよ。任せて。傷を癒したまえ。
こっちの番だ。我が名はビアトル。
今よく観察して。雷鳴よ、轟き響け。
共に頑張ろう。
癒されるわ。行くわよ。
As if you saw the word sniper pop up here, that was Yuki attacking from the back. That's a passive he's got now.
傷を癒したまえ。こちらの番です。ここは私の舞台。お助けに。マイナさん。
万丈この一手。雷鳴よ、轟き響け。
Alexa's running out of SP, that doesn't usually happen.
当てられるものか。
効果は上々だ。
耳を澄ませて。お任せください。すぐ直します。始めるわよ。この手に全てを。
At least I'm being able to give a bunch of party members the auto revive.
直すわ。
すみません。さあ行くぞ行くぞ。
それ役に立つ。よく観察して分析に回らせてもらうよ。
任せて。
雷鳴よ、轟き響け。
こちらの番です。ここは
ライフスティールだがいい。
逃さないわ。頼みます。波動射撃よ。
全力だ。
体に教えてやる。真っ
今だ。
Oh well, that was like brutal as for damage. So breaking his shield is super tough, like, but once you do it one time, he goes down pretty quickly. And can we steal from him?
頂きだ。
舞台とても力を込めて勝ちます。モロコ今のうちよ。
Even Mace is dealing some pretty good damage.
傷を癒したまえ。到来だ。任せて。
知恵こそが全てに勝る。いいかここまで。力を欲すれば力に敗れる世の道理だ。
Maybe my hair, my wealth, in parallel will be yours, just spare my life. You know, she was willing to kill people for much less than that. Over a ring, for example. Got what he deserved. And we freed the slaves. Say, good thing this is not an isekai, otherwise the main character will be probably taking some slaves. And this is a master elemental attack buff that's going to Elixir. With equipped character skill, potency attack and full inflict with status elements. This sounds pretty powerful if I can get like a more reliable way to poison or paralyze the enemy or anything like that. So far it depends a lot on luck. Let's make sure I didn't miss anything here. By the way, you can upgrade your skills, like after you learn everything you can give them mastery by spending more JP. But I'm still not sure how much like this upgrades your skills. I don't think the game makes that very clear. For example, those upgrading Rain of Pharaohs improve their accuracy or their damage. Because you don't really use the skill for damage. Oh, Alexa can get your ult. And so can Viator. He deals damage and gives himself a weight. Hayne is probably wondering what she's gonna do now. You and your ring are like old friends to me now. Do you usually try to murder your friends? Now this is probably a bad idea, but it's not like the game's gonna give me a choice, I bet.
ほら、さっきの指輪、早速つけてみたの。思ったよりも綺麗じゃない？あんたの指輪も最後どうなるか楽しみにしてるわ。
Okay, so by that sparkle, I do have my ring with me. So I must have missed something in a previous cutscene because I could swear my ring got stolen in the beginning of the Master of All quest. And I kept wondering why is she trying to take my ring when I don't actually have my ring currently. I was gonna say this is an art of just when she killed her father, but this is someone else. Cool art anyway. Obtains various items with steel and shines when fighting alongside the protagonist. Is that a kill tower behind the protagonist? And she starts with her father's ring. She has a chance to cast skill on a normal attack. And she can act again at the end of a turn, which I think Therion could also do in the first game. Raise physical elemental attack when she's paired with Yuki. Also, the game wasn't kidding when it said that she's strong if she's together with the main character. I mean, that's gonna be the case whenever I unlock your final passive. And I totally forgot that all my leftover party members have equipped skills on them. Also, I did have a light spell on my inventory. Just never realized it. And I guess I better get used to having Hayley with the main character now, since she's gonna need that for a buff later. So I got to have Laurana with the main character for much less time than I thought I would. So she'll probably work better behind the Viator since she is like only gonna come to the front occasionally to heal. And with 1 hour left of stream, we're finally back on track to the Master of All quest. And probably over prepare for it. Yeah, that's the queen, which I think we never saw before. I was about to ask, is that the king when he was younger?
子猫が死んだの大切にしてたのに荷車にひかれるのを目の前で止められなかった辛かったわねでも洗うねあなたにもいつかまた守るべきものができるわ人として王女としてその時は命をかけて守りなさい命を守るべきものを守るため命はあるのですよはいお母様
And I recall this quest has 8 chapters, so this will be the second to last one.
さあ行きなさい来ていただけましたか行きましょうクラウザー将軍
王女様どちらへ
Oh, did we not kill this guy? I swear we fought him before.
城を出ます
お通しできませぬな王女の逃亡を見過ごせば陛下は私を許しますまい逃がすくらいなら切ります
Now we can take him out now.
荒畝様お下がりください
クラウザー将軍すでにエドラス一国の問題ではありませんそれに民の幸せは 父のもとではかなわない。変わらなければならぬ時なのです。姉の意志を継ぐため私は城を出ます。それでも切るとおっしゃるなら切りなさい。さあ。
昔から私は将軍の座を願っていました。マフレズと共に競い合いながら、私たちは武力だけが誇りでした。武力で己を認めさせたかったのです。だがマフレズはエリカ様と出会い変わった。奴は国と民を思い剣を取るようになりました。そして私はマフレズに二度と勝てなくなった。マフレズならきっと見届けさせていただく。エリカ様の意志を継がれるあなたを。
私だけではありません。この方がいます。私たちがオルステラに光を取り戻します。
He's the jester. Reveal that. No, guess he was the real guy this time.
聞いたか？荒畝様が城から消えたらしいぞ。
無理もない。王女様も陛下から逃げたくなるさ。この国はどこへ向かっているんだ？
まさか荒畝様が姉君に代わり選ばれし者を連れ去るとはお探しにならないので？
しておけ。いずれおのずと戻る。
And she just walked out the front gate, so I don't think they were even trying to prevent her from getting away.
さすが陛下。陛下にお仕えし幾多の戦を見てまいりました。そして多くの者が陛下にひれ伏す様も。おお、我が主軍神パーディス王よ。富、権力、名声、すべてを極めしあなた様こそ王の中の王にございます。では私はこれにて。
よう踊らせてきたつもりか。甘いわ。
Wonder which of these two is gonna like die in a cutscene when they inevitably turn on each other.
リバーランドに協力者がいます。行きましょう。流水の洞窟へ。
Also, I just recall one thing I found out about when I was playing off stream. I kept saying I was afraid of missing the party dialogues. Turns out you can like check out them in this menu even though you missed. And I actually missed one with Eureka, which of course I can't access normally anymore because she's dead. Oh, Charles, the name of the guy with the headband. I'd almost forgotten about him. He has yet to show up again. Like last time he was in a cutscene, Elric was still alive. Why did he insist on offering us river beans? You know, this makes it very... One of the things that makes it very tempting to play the gacha game. Because I think she is also in Unity in the gacha, but they're like... even if she dies in this storyline, you can still use her as a normal character. As it's usually the case in gacha games. So there's a covert ad for the gacha. I don't think I'll end up playing it. Oh, and she's posthumously giving us the recipe. Now that feels even worse. I've really been thinking that I'm probably like not starting a new gacha game like ever again. The day the old Dark Knights dies is the day my gacha gaming dies. And they managed to meet with an ally in the river, so I think this is when Charlie is gonna show up again.
歌になりましょう。万物をね。
そら、いや、ここまでだ。いい論文が書けそうだ。
I can't escape those like level 20 something enemies.
身を委ね
そら、力だけじゃない。いいか、終わりだな。真理への道は一日にしてならす。さ。
ここですね。
荒畝様、協力者が来るとおっしゃいましたが、そのものは一体。
スカイガラスから手紙を受け取りました。姉が剣士を名乗っていた時、共にいらした方です。その方はこう綴っていました。この先に真実があると。
その通りだぜ。よ、
What was he up to all
サン
this
シェ
time?
イド以来だな。あんたはいつも誰かを助けてる。今回はでかいもんを救うことになるかもな。荒畝王女、俺がシャルルだ。剣士エル、エリカ王女には世話になった。
姉の力になっていただき感謝いたします。
お互い様よ。力になれずすまなかったな。俺はリーベンに戻って確かめたいことがあった。きっとあんたの役にも立つことだ。
ありがとうございます。
ついてきな。目指すはリーベン城だ。
Shady Muff, hi there.
荒畝様。
I mean, it's a fellow Muff, welcome.
同盟国です。城を出た我らが手配されていれば、
その危険に見合う価値はあるぜ。行こうか。真実を拝みによ。
So what could be behind this door? A dungeon. What game is this? It's kind of looks like one of those old school RPGs. So this is Octopath Traveler 0. Despite the title, it's the third game in the series. It came out like just a few months ago. It's pretty new. And yes, it's very reminiscent of a classic RPG. I like to compare it with the Saga series. In how like the gameplay is fairly freeform, you usually have multiple quests you can do at one time, and you're free to go around the continent completing them, like which order you want to tackle them. And you have a bunch of characters you can recruit to your party.
覚悟しよっか。よく観察して。有効手応えあり。
共に頑張ろう。共に頑張ろう。共に頑張ろう。こっちの番だ。全力で行く。食らえ。
みんな済ませて。仕事がつきました。お疲れ様でした。
Viator was doing something called foresight in the battle there, and I actually don't know what passive is causing that. Or it's his last passive gives him a chance to recover BP whenever he gets hit. It's not a lot of turn-based games except Final Fantasy, but I'm not that big a fan of it. Yeah, this is from Square Enix, that's the company that also makes Final Fantasy. And I think, there's not a lot of turn-based RPGs being made like in the current day, which I agree, I don't see that many of them. It's usually just the ones that are like intentionally emulating the older ones, like this. Even Final Fantasy hasn't really been turn-based in a long time now. It's shifted to more of a action RPG thing.
バッここまでだ。真理への道は一日にして流す。さ。
あなたは。
シャルルでいいぜ。
シャルルは姉と行動を共にしていたのですよね。ソロン王の暗殺を止めるために。
その通りだ、王女様。俺はリーベンの出でな。エリカ王女と一緒に旅をした時、リーベンがエドラスに攻められたって聞いた。俺はすぐに帰ったさ。だが国は何ともないし、王も生きていた。
リーベン王は小王会議にてパーディス3世の無実を訴えました。
Oh, by the way, if it's turn-based RPGs we're looking for. Just recently, Square released one called Bravely Default on Steam. It's an old 3DS game, but had never been ported to PC until recently. That one I want to play in the future. The gameplay is a bit like Octopath, but it's a 3D game.
俺には見せかけがすぐに分かっちまった。そして思った。この国はイカれちまったって。それをあんたに知らせたかったんだ。
シャルル、それは一体。
Also, I'm kinda weird with Square because I enjoyed I play pretty much everything that's an RPG from Square Enix except for their flagship series. That's Final Fantasy and Dragon Quest. I have yet to beat like one mainline in Final Fantasy or Dragon Quest game. But I play like everything else that's more out of the radar. There are things on Final Fantasy and Dragon Quest spin-offs.
フィールドワークと行こう。
行くわ。
よく観察。そら。いいか、ここまでだ。真理への道は一日にしてならす。さ。
There's probably gonna be an elite enemy somewhere. Oh, 4 SP per turn. Did they ever say what kind of like structure this was? Because suddenly we're in a prison. And now what seems to be an underground mansion. And there's our elite enemy. So bad this one isn't close to a save point, you have to YOLO it.
よく観察して。そら、そういうことか。手応えあり。
こっちの番だ。我が名はビアトル。
よく観察して。
お前の心を目を澄ませて。息つい。すぐのします。さてと、頼むわね。
I'll find which element is weak against if he's weak to any spell.
こっちの番だ。当てられるものか。
行くわよ。ありがとう。頼むわね。さて楽しもうか。ミスった。こちらの番です。すぐどうします。
さあ、全力で行く。全力で行く。我が名はビアトル。
アキークの誇りにかけて任せた。
いかずちよ、手応えあり。万丈この一手。
I was trying to guess like I was thinking he's probably weak to dark because he's yellow here, but he's actually not weak to any spell. It's gonna be make it tougher for me. Like he's weak against all weapons that I don't have an easy multi-hit skill that uses them.
お前の心を乱す。さっさと終わらせるな。
I have the triple throne handy, but it uses a catastrophic amount of SP. And I just realized one big disadvantage she's got compared to Therion. She doesn't have a HP and SP ceiling skill. Because those would like counteract her low SP and expensive skills otherwise.
さあ行くぞ頼みました
この手に全てを直すわ
すまない。
こちらの番ですお願いします助ける
I'll have to brute force this one and just bash them with regular attacks.
休むわ。
おいたわダメよ始めるわよ
当てられるものか
アキークの誇りにかけて私は頭脳労働と知恵こそ威力ぞおっと
耳を澄ませてすぐ直します行くわよ
こんなもんやるべきことはわかるね
And he's got the evasion, so even my normal attacks will follow pretty often.
分析に回らせてもらう
体に教え
一気
てやる
に叩く
Unless I used Search Assault, I should be going for that now.
任せて傷を癒したまえ大いに
生きて返さない
味わいなさい波状射撃よ後期到来だ
私は頭脳労働担当なのだが雷を貫け
今のうちよ傷を癒したまえ今が攻め時です勝ちます
今さら泣いても許さないよもう休むわ
おいたわダメよ
単純な攻撃だな
頼みます
It's not provoked anymore. Oh, it is.
どこからでも来なさい
さてと頼むわね
バイバイじゃあ
Okay, I was gonna see if the strategy with Search Assault works, but the enemy died before I could do that. And I got a weapon called Secrets of Sleep Volume 2. I see, the book is called Secrets of Sleep and you can put people to sleep by bashing them over the head with the book. Interesting.
これくらいすぐ終わらせます
What's this thing? It looks like a mid-boss.
歌になりましょう
当たらなここだな
さてとここついさせ
ここだな
よく観察クライアント有効性を手応えあり
こっちの番だうっ
すぐ
礼を言うよ
行くわよ頼むわね
ラストっとお仕事終了
Oh, the other is on the upper floor. Oh, never mind, it's... I was supposed to go like under that part.
歌になりましょう家族行くわよ 万物をな
やらないぞ。
よく観察して。
I wish that charging way of hours of VP would like improve its accuracy instead of its damage, which I think is what it does. Because even if fully charged, the damage is gonna be pretty inconsequential. I was saying, often getting an armor piece that's like it has a good physical defense buff, but no elemental defense to go along with it. And I normally end up not using them, because I'd rather have it like more balanced.
貴様ら何者だ。武器を下げよ、無礼者め。貴殿らこそこの方をどなたと。
衛兵よ、下がりなさい。荒うね王女、無礼をお許しください。
This was the king we thought had been killed by
本当にご無事で。
by Paris' army, but then he showed up alive in the tribunal to like clear parties of any guilt.
帰国に攻め入ったの
And
だ
now
が
he's here again.
お父君は改めて和平を結んでくださいま
And
した。
back then I thought he was like the jester
エドラスと
pretending to
リ
be
ーベンは
this king.
未来永劫を支え合うと。
貴様。
よう陛下、俺を覚えてるか？
お前を。
シャルル。
陛下。
あんた何者だ？おっさん。
So he was an imposter after all.
貴様は。
俺の名はリシャール H リーベン。リーベン王の息子だ。
I did think their faces looked a bit alike. But I thought that was just me.
悪いな、シャルルは偽名さ。あんた、姿形は確かにそっくりだが、俺の目はごまかせないぜ。
Actually, I thought he looked a bit like the king of... No, I forgot his name, the king of the Highlands.
とっくに俺を罵ってるさ。
シャルル。
バレちゃいました
And
か。
I was right to think he was jester.
ムカつくガキですね。
何者だ貴様。
そんな。
探していましたよ。リーベンの血、正当な王位継承者。自分からのこのこやってきてくださるとは。お父君にわざわざ会いに来たのですか？
そんなとこだ。
お父君はこちらですよ。
待て。
Just make sure I use something back here. So there must be a boss like right after this door. So let me try one thing, because my party is like... I have a bunch of characters with spent SP. First I'll try to fight this battle until there's only one enemy left. Have to be careful to like not kill all of them at once. Okay, now that there's only one, I'll be actually like starting to recover my SP.
効果的な戦術だね。アキークの誇りにかけて耐える。行くわよ。
Because everyone in the back row heals a bit every turn, plus I have a passive that heals some SP every turn. That's also gonna help. As I can make this faster by using Mace with share SP. Which you can't use in the menu when you're not in battle. And then she can just get your health and SP back at no cost. Looks like a chameleon main test enemy. It's reminding me a lot of a game from the Octopath Transistor, a game I played a long time ago called Bastion, which I might play on this channel at some point in the future. I think that's good enough. I forgot that you can use share speed to like overload someone's SP with Mace. Should do that more often in boss fights. Minds of the Earth from Skyrim from League of Legends. It does kind of look like an enemy from like a Western MMO. So what we just learned now is that if you have a Mace with you in your party, you basically have a portable win. You can go into a random battle and stall to recover everybody's HP and SP.
Yokoso, oh no mae.
Oh, what happened to his face?
感動のご対面ですね。リーベン王は無欲な王
Oh,
で
is that his
した。
skull? Like you peeled off his flesh out?
隣国との輪に尽力し、それ以上を望まず。しかしある時、彼は宰相にそそのかされました。オルステラを滑る王になれると宰相は言葉巧みに彼の欲をかきたてたのです。それからの変貌ぶりは見ものでしたよ。
親父はあんたに変えられちまった。
勘違いはいけません。あれがお乳君の本性
I
ですよ。
simply bring to the surface that which always looked within.
死してなお。
Naturally inclined to agree, like
本望でしょう。
Yeah, essentially just need some incentive to want to try and take over the continent, so he was always like a tyrant waiting to show up.
何が望みなのですか。
私は真の主のお心のままに愚かな王たちをそそのかし戦を起こしただけです。まったく人間とは実に欲深い底なしの谷のように。
やめろ。
荒畝王女、あなたも自らの欲のため
Now Scarnes and Rock Scorpion bigger than a mountain. And say playable characters like an enemy in the map. Because I think MOBAs have those.
私は確かに国を出ました。父のもとでは守れないと悟ったから。姉が愛した民を、国を、それが私の欲というならいいでしょう。私はもう何も恐れません。
ほう、その綺麗な首が飛び姉君に会うのもですか。最後というのは陳腐で哀れなものです。ああ、そうだ。リーベン王の最後もなかなか寒気がしましたよ。自らの血だまりの中でつぶやいていました。ああ、すまない。父を許してくれ、リシャール。
He's playable, so I guess you have to compromise on his actual size in game, like Digimon has to do.
その笑いをやめろ、トゲトゲ。
Yeah, I also had enough. This has been going on for very long.
てめえは許さねえ。絶対にだ。
王子、探していましたよ。ようやくこれでリーベンの血筋を立てる。
Though despite all that chat, I still didn't quite get to what his motivation is. Does he want to take over the continent?
選ばれし者、あなたもね。さあ、あとはあの世でお楽しみください。
Maybe he'd wait for parties to take over the continent and kill parties and impersonate them.
お願いします。
Oh, he's a mage, so I think stacking physical defense won't help a lot here.
頼むわね。任せてちょうだい。退屈してたんだよね。任せてちょうだい。おいたわじゃねえ。
万丈この一手。そういうことか。手応えあり。
こっちの番だ。我が名はビアトル。
リズムを感じて。
Oh, Surge has a debuff where I can't swap with Mace.
聞きなさい。
万丈この一手。分析に回らせてもらうよ。
砕けろ。行くわよ。あげるわ。
いいよ。共に頑張ろう。こっちの番だ。当てられるものか。
I also was kind of expecting it to be the final boss, like that he would kill parties in the end. Because surely these two would go at each other at some point.
さあ、行くぞ。我が名はビアトル。
あんなこんな時 砕けろ。いけないわ。ネトネトにしてあげる。リズムが崩れる。お願いします。聞きなさい。
さあ行くぞ。我が名はビアトル。
いけないわ。退屈してたんだよね。
任せてちょうだい。
退屈してたんだよね。
I don't know if either of those two have something that can benefit each other.
もらってくよ。
後期到来だ。
Also, the dagger works.
私は頭脳労働担当なのだが
I think I'll have to spend most of these turns to heal now.
力だけじゃない。分析に回らせても力だけじゃない。いかず強手応えあり。
Now he was weak to both. Like the one time I don't try to the one time I don't try to throw out the Wayne of Pharaohs in the beginning is the only way it will actually have worked. Whoops.
もらってくよ。
舞台を休んでいてからいざビュー。
恩に切る。この気を逃さん。当てられるものか。
やるべきことはわかるね。
And I think that Alexia could probably do with a healing skill. Her metal defense is probably serviceable for that.
守りを固めよう。このまま生きて返さないよ。休むわ。
And I think Hidney got a new Enlar turner because of her passive, so Yoki can use shoot your shot again.
射撃よ。
お口ですよ。よく観察して
一肌脱ごう。アキークの怒りを受けよ。砕けろ。
さあどうしよう。
And I think he's not weak to bows anymore.
ネトネトにしてあげる。こちらの番です。すぐ直します。
こっちの番だ。おっ、しっかりするんだ。
こちらの番です。焦らずに行きましょう。行くわよ。頼むわね。
覚悟しよっか。
さあ行くぞ。頼みました。
傷を癒したアキークの誇りにかけて。砕けろ。いいよ。弱点耳を澄ませて。一回しける。休息にすまない。
さあどうしよう。覚悟しよっか。
始めるわよ。この手に全てを。
And now's when I really wish Lauren had done Yoi healing skill.
傷を癒したまえ。任せてもらおう。
Though she's so powerful that like I don't almost ever have to charge her healing with VP.
砕けろ。畳みかけるぞ。そいつのままに息つい。いざ。すぐ直します。ありがとう。逃さないわ。
お任せを。
任せて。いったー。直すわ。悪いわ。2枚。味わいなさい。波状射撃よ。これがアキークのアキークの怒りを受けよ。体に教えてやる。
Thank goodness for the revive. But now I wish I had give it to more characters.
ありがとう。さてと。
効果的な戦術だね。
ここに頑張ろう。さあ行くぞ。我が名はビアトル。
観察して。
I wonder if I try to equip it or just try to rush him down to kill him before he can do more damage.
知恵こそが全てに勝る。
Well, Alexia does not have anything he's weak against, so you think here no more
威力増大、手応えあり。
stuff.
感じて休息のさてと
And I've just made a huge mistake. I should have used Search Assault just now. Keep forgetting I have it.
ネトネトにしてあげる。
万丈この一手。
まだ立てるわ。
テレブラへこっちの番だ。力全力でいく。寝るに行くわよ。
That's gonna mess it up again, because I need Search to use their auto before Yuki gets his turn. And before the boss attacks, because he's just gonna kill them again.
まだ立てます。
これはピンチというやつ。
But I'm like reaching to my revive reserve because I really don't want to have to take on this boss again next stream, which is tomorrow.
これを使ってくれ。
済ませて。私の歌身を委ねありがとう。
こっちの番だ。
Amazing fact, I just stopped Yuki survives long enough to make use of it.
あなたにこれを。
Wait, she apparently won't.
済ませて。
Okay, just able to.
息つい。すぐ始まるわ。
活路を見。ああ、しっかりするんだ。
さてと。
And now he should be able to damage his shield with any weapon.
さあ、行くぞ。
Oh, now I'm realizing just now that like ults are like per character. I thought that if you use one ult, you can't use with anybody else until it charges again. Like it's one charged. I mean, it's one shared ult gouge. Turns out every character has its own gouge. You can like use them one after the other. Knowing this would have helped a lot. So if I use Viators now, he gets on evade, so at least he's not gonna die. Even if the boss party wipes everybody else. Oh, never mind. It's an effect when he evades or parries. It doesn't like guarantee that he's gonna evade or parry any attack.
流れる水を捉えられまい。
取りました。
行きますよ。
若さん。
ここは私の舞台。秋肉の戦士は折れぬ。行くわよ。
He got his shield back.
あのね、こんな時。
So I think I still can break it.
砕けろ。リズムを感じて。始めよう。
一気に叩く。
And if I went with more than I needed just in case he dodged any of the attacks.
我が名はビアトル。
旋律のままに。休息のありがとう。これ。
But the leash is like totally out of SP.
この気を逃さん。
But it's my party slowly getting back on its feet.
傷を癒したまま全力で。
And I potentially might have killed him right there if only I had like 2 more speed to use the Yuki's strongest skill. And now he's unfortunately out of that out of Searcher's buff, so he can't damage his shield anymore. Oh, I still have the doting mother now, so I got time to use her. Everybody's back, but for how long? Guys, until the boss gets another turn.
こっちの番だ。力を込める。どこからでも来なさい。
極めきなさい。究極にしてあげます。
聖火神エルフニックよ。行きますよ。行くよ。
Can you see how in almost every turn now I keep scrambling for like stuff that I can still damage his shield? That has been a huge problem for this entire fight. And I'm sure glad this is like Trials of Mana were limited on how many items you can use per battle.
共に頑張ろう。こっちの番だ。しっかりするんだ。効果的な力ないぞ。
薬の準備はできています。すぐ始まるわ。
さあ、行くぞ。
任せて。
I really hope Laurana's ult is on AoE heal whenever I get it. These skills with like secondary Seto elements almost never proc. I'm glad this one did. I think if you strike him again like with any attack, he will wake up, so should make use of this time to recuperate. I still get one more. Oh, the search? No, she doesn't have her ult back.
お任せを全力でいく。当てられるものか。
さてと
So he's waking up next turn.
ネトネトにしてあげる。アティークの誇りにかけて。砕けろ。リズムを感じて。きっと私の歌はここにはない。
And that was all for nothing, because I could have just killed him by just getting a few more hits in. So it was even closer to that than I thought. It's funny how this game will jump scare you with the victory screen.
申し訳ございません。様。
荒尾根様、お怪我は？
いいえ、ありがとうレブラント。
Remember how I went into this quest thinking I was over-prepared because of the grind I did before for the wolf boss? And like the quest it was like level 31, my party is over level 35 on
俺がガ
average.
キの頃から国のあり方を教えてくれた。でも、いつからか。
But I think I loved that it was just because the boss's weaknesses were very incompatible with my party. Like which weapons and the spells you needed.
俺はそんな親父が嫌になって喧嘩別れしてさ。その頃からリーベンをいい国にしたいって思った。だから旅に出たんだ。
これが真実だったのですね。リーベン王も姉のエリカも父の欲のために。もうこれ以上犠牲を出すわけにはいきません。
何をする気だ、王女様。
父よ、パーディス3世を撃ちます。城を出る前、ソロン王に手紙をやりました。
Oh, King Solon, that was what I was thinking about. That
エドラス軍に立ち向かうので
looks
す。
similar to this character.
父親と戦う気か。
守るべき者のために。
そっか。悪いが、俺はリーベンに残るぜ。このままだと国が先を見失っちまう。この国を正しい方へ俺が導いてみる。親父に代わってな。じゃあ死ぬなよ、王女様。
リシャールも。
陛下、スカイガラスが参りました。道化師ゴンスカが失敗したと。それと不穏な動きがございます。
And now who's gonna backstab the king if the jester is dead?
クラウザー将軍。
Oh, he might.
兵を集めよ。
は、陛下。
もう一つ。
The lack of HP bar might be to create tension. You can actually see the enemy's HP if you use Analyze, the same skill I use when with Alexia to learn their weakness. It's just that when you have double speed on, it goes by so fast you might not catch it like when it shows the enemy's HP. And it's also because it shows like the numbers, like how much they have and how much is their maximum. If it showed an HP bar, you could read that with your eyes like much faster. I wish it would do that. So I could have found out that he was about to die if I was analyzed with Alexei in any turn there. But then it'd be like come at the cost of a chance to use a revive or something important.
共に未来を勝ち取りましょう。
And speaking of revives, I still have to might have to grind for money to stock up on them. I have to like take count of how much items I use in test fights.
今この地には我が国の兵とエドラスの民かつて手を結んだ両者がいる。パーディス3世はその役をたがえ我が国を手にかけた。そして民を愛し守ろうとしたエリカ王女すらあの暴君を討たずして我らの未来はない。誇りを胸に共に戦おう。
陛下。
荒尾根殿、敵がいるぞ。捕らえよう。
陛下。
何も喋るな、荒尾根殿。
どうかお守りください。民だけは。
荒尾根様。
Yeah, I think we should be suspicious if you go a whole chapter without any major good character dying. Just when you think things are looking up. But then Aladdin was never a party member, so you couldn't get attached to her quite like you could with Eureka. I was considering like using Eureka for the rest of the game because I think she worked well enough behind the Yuki, then she dies. And we have to rest, we have to remember that in this game, even when it looks like some time has passed for you to rest, your body still has to go to an inn to recover. And that was just in time to end today's stream. I've been noticing that by the time I end a stream, including today, my viewership is usually higher than when I started. Which is a given, because it's just more time for more people to tune in. But I wonder if that also means that if I stream in around this time for usually, like if I move my schedule, would that result in more viewers? In any case, I'm ending it for today. I'll be back tomorrow in this game. And just finding somebody to raid. And I think I just did. That's a bit for today. Thanks a lot for tuning in. Be back tomorrow in this game. Where I think it's gonna be the finale of the Master of All storyline, so I'm looking forward to that. Hope you are as well. And thanks, Knight. Thanks, Kira. And that's it for today. Have a good night.